A massive shakeup could be secretly brewing in the backfield that leaves our current starting running back fighting for his job. Meanwhile, a wildly unexpected, future Hall of Fame edge rusher has just been heavily linked to Chicago to come in and save this defense. Things are getting incredibly crazy, and we need to break down exactly what this means for the future of this franchise right now. Before we dive into this absolute madness, make sure you smash that like button, share this with every diehard fan you know, and hit subscribe so you never miss out on the latest updates. Let us start by talking about an absolute bombshell of an article that Bleacher Report just dropped regarding the single best kept secret on this entire roster. Now, when you look up and down this depth chart, it is incredibly hard to find a player who is completely flying under the radar. But they absolutely nailed it by naming second-year running back Kyle Monangai. Are we all completely ignoring a budding superstar developing right in front of our very eyes? Because when you actually look at the undeniable facts and the raw data from his rookie campaign, it is staggering that nobody is talking about this guy on a national level. DeAndre Swift is currently sitting in the driver's seat as the RB1. We all know that. But what Monangai proved last year is that he possesses genuine, game-changing lead back potential. Let us not forget, this kid finished third among all rookies last season by racking up an incredibly impressive 783 rushing yards. And he did not just stumble into those numbers. He averaged an elite 4.6 yards per carry. For context, that ranks him second among all first-year backs who handled at least 150 carries. Those are not fluke statistics. Those are the numbers of a player demanding the football. Coming out of Rutgers, we knew he was a tough, physical player, but seeing his natural vision between the tackles at the professional level has been a revelation. He has this subtle, deceptive wiggle to make the first man miss, but more importantly, he runs with a violent, punishing physicality that actively wears down second-level defenders. That is a stark contrast to what we currently have. Swift is dynamic, he is electric in the open field, and he is without a doubt the lightning of this offense. But Monangai is the thunder. He brings an aggressive, downhill mentality that Swift simply does not naturally possess. This brings us to a massive pressure point for this upcoming season. DeAndre Swift is entering a contract year. He is playing for his future, and the harsh reality of the NFL is that he might not be wearing our colors next season. So, my advice to every single fan out there is to buy all the Kyle Monangai stock you possibly can right now. Because it is incredibly realistic that he outright claims that RB1 throne. I do not think this is going to be a situation where one guy sits on the bench while the other gets all the glory. You are going to see a brutal, fiercely competitive 55-45 or 50-50 split right out of the gate. And as the grueling season drags on, the coaching staff is going to ride the hot hand. Last year, the veteran trust factor was obvious. Swift was the guy out there in the fourth quarter when the game was on the line, and that makes total sense. But Monangai has earned the right to challenge that hierarchy. So here is my specific question of the day for you, and I need you to get active in the comments below right now. Who do you truly believe deserves to be the RB1 this season, DeAndre Swift or Kyle Monangai? Do you lean toward the veteran playmaker, or is it time to unleash the second-year powerhouse? Let me know your exact thoughts down below. Looking past this immediate season, however, the situation gets intensely fascinating. Let's be brutally honest for a second. As much as I absolutely love what Kyle Monangai brings to the table, is he truly a generational, three-down, bell cow running back who can handle an 80% snap share for the next 5 years? Probably not. He is the ultimate lead back in a 1-2 punch, the anchor of a nasty running back committee. He could absolutely flip the script this year and take the larger chunk of the workload away from Swift. But moving into 2027 and beyond, I strongly believe the front office is gearing up to take a massive, franchise-altering swing at the running back position. Imagine the sheer chaos if they aggressively target a game-wrecker next offseason. We are talking about either drafting an elite talent in the early rounds, aggressively pursuing a high-end free agent, or pulling off a blockbuster trade. Think about names like Devin Achane. Obviously, Miami just gave him a massive payday, so that is entirely a pipe dream for the next 12 months. But what if a horrific season unfolds down in Atlanta? What if they start tearing down their roster and somehow, someway, a superstar like Bijan Robinson becomes available at the trade deadline? Could this front office package a first-round pick and a premium player to bring a generational talent to the city? It is a wild hypothetical, but it proves that while Monangai is a phenomenal, crucial piece of this puzzle moving forward, the grand vision for this offense might still involve hunting for a true, undeniable alpha in the backfield. Now, I need you to completely shift gears with me because we have a massive, glaring issue on the defensive side of the ball, and an incredibly intriguing solution has just been proposed by ESPN's Matt Bowen. Just a few weeks ago, guys like Brian Baldinger were screaming from the mountaintops that we needed to sign a veteran edge rusher, specifically naming Jadeveon Clowney or Von Miller. Well, Bowen has doubled down on the Von Miller connection, and the more you dissect it, the more it makes terrifyingly perfect sense. Let us look at the terrifying reality of our current defensive line health. We are anxiously sweating out the return of Dayo Odeyingbo, who suffered that devastating Achilles tear last year. Then you have Shemar Turner, our highly touted second-round pick, desperately trying to aggressively rehab a torn ACL. Compounding that nightmare, the front office completely ignored the edge rusher position in the recent NFL draft. We have a massive void, and Von Miller might literally be the ultimate missing puzzle piece. Before you roll your eyes at bringing in an aging veteran, you have to look at the undeniable scheme fit. At this exact stage of his legendary career, Von Miller cannot and should not be an every-down defensive end. He is a pure, specialized, designated pass rusher. And guess what? He's still got it. Despite being utilized as a sub-package defender, he logged a team-high 9 sacks for the Commanders last season. 9 sacks. To put that in perspective, if he had 9 sacks for us last year, he would have finished second on the entire team, trailing only Montez Sweat, and Sweat played exponentially more snaps than Miller did. The absolute beauty of signing Von Miller is that you do not need him to do the dirty work. He does not want to violently set the edge against the run on first down. He does not want to play 70 snaps a game in the blistering heat. And frankly, we do not need him to. Contractually and structurally, we already have guys dedicated to the trenches. When Odeyingbo is healthy, he plays the run. When Shemar Turner is back, he is a physical anchor. We have Grady Jarrett clogging up the interior. Austin Booker is going to command a heavy snap share, and Montez Sweat is our every-down Ironman. This is what makes Von Miller so vastly superior for our specific needs compared to the other big-name veterans floating around in free agency. Guys like Cameron Jordan are big, bruising, physical ends who kick inside and pride themselves on run defense. Jadeveon Clowney has historically been an elite run defender on the edge who demands high snap counts. Joey Bosa is younger and expects to be on the field constantly. J. Epeneza is a run-stuffer first and a pass rusher second. We do not need any more of that. We need pure, unadulterated juice off the edge. Picture this scenario. It is the fourth quarter. It is 3rd and 8. The game is entirely on the line. Our defense is exhausted. That is the exact moment you trot Von Miller out of the tunnel. For 1st and 2nd down, he is standing on the sideline, drinking Gatorade, staying completely fresh. But when it is an obvious passing down, he checks into the game with one solitary, violent mission: hunt the opposing quarterback. You only play him on roughly 30 to 35% of the defensive snaps. You deploy him strictly as a NASCAR package specialist. And the best part: it is not going to completely bankrupt the franchise. You can likely secure his services for a measly $5 or $6 million. Let's be incredibly real here. There is not a single free agent left on the market who is going to magically transform this defense into the legendary 1985 unit. No one is coming through those doors to save the day single-handedly. But we are talking about raising the absolute floor of this defense. Can adding a fresh, motivated, 3rd-down specialist like Von Miller elevate our abysmal pass rush from ranking 29th in the league to maybe 25th or 24th? Absolutely. And in this league, getting a crucial stop in the 4th quarter is worth every single penny of a $5 million check. Whether the front office actually pulls the trigger remains to be seen, but the logic is undeniably staring them right in the face.